Hello, everyone. Reporting live at 5 a.m. in the morning because Heather went and uploaded some weird ass and bizarre videos that I had to share with you guys. So I went and did some chopping up and screwing and basically twisting and turning because Xavier doesn't know how to hold a fucking camera. And I wanted to share all these videos that she went and posted. I can't believe she posted them. You either can't understand what the hell she's saying, which is like normal for her, but it's like she's talking about healthcare all the way to reality TV, Love After Lockup. So here we go.
Do you consider yourself, though, an expert in healthcare administration?
Well, my background formally is in healthcare administration with a focus on medical law and ethics, and I've taken numerous certification courses as well as many courses for the degree, bachelor's degree.
Like, who can understand this? And she worked at a freaking doctor's office for like, what, 2 years? And now she has expertise in healthcare, right?
If you could restructure healthcare, what changes would you
Like, does Xavier know? Are they so high that they don't know that they went and Xavier filmed it like this? Does she purposely go and speed it up? Like, nobody can understand what she's saying. I mean, that's on the normal, but like, what the hell?
Things like touch therapy, things like manicures, pedicures. These are
I go to switch it to one angle, right? Because it's like sideways, and then the other angle is upside down. Guys, I've really tried.
What are you most excited about for the future of healthcare?
For the future of healthcare, I would say it's got to be AI and robotics incorporation into regular standard healthcare regimens. And then I would say apart from that, and I can elaborate, but apart from that, I would also say the Mark Zuckerberg initiative. Mark Zuckerberg and his wife created a foundation that is investing a lot of money and research into prevention and curing and treating any and all diseases with the very ambitious goal of completely creating
Heather, and how does this help you gain custody of your kids again?
Treatments, cures, or interventions so that disease nearly doesn't exist in any capacity by the end of the century. That to me is incredibly exciting. The way they're going about it is by monitoring cells from their earliest stages of development and growth, constantly checking them for any sort of metastasizing or abnormal changes, and then removing the cells that are affected so that the rest of the cells can continue to function normally. And I think it's just such a basic but intelligent idea. In addition to that, I would say AI overall and robotics is absolutely very exciting. I use the example of chest x-rays all the time, and I use this example because for someone who is not proficient in medical jargon, it's very simple to understand. When we implemented electronic medical records in the medical field in 2008, I believe 2008 was the last, and don't quote me on that, but I believe 2008 was the last year in Illinois anyways, that medical records could be paper chart. They needed to shift to electronic medical record in 2008.
Why can't Xavier hold the camera still?
And fines, and they would not receive reimbursement from state plans like Medicare and Medicaid. When we did that switch over to EMR, we also uploaded a tremendous amount of data to the
Guys,
cloud.
a tripod is not that expensive. We're talking about $7.99 on Amazon.
Use and train robotics and AI for detection of various diseases and illnesses. Specifically, we can discuss the example of a chest x-ray. If you upload 100,000 images of a chest x-ray that shows pneumonia, for instance, versus lung cancer, it's only a matter of time before the technology is so smart that it is diagnosing so quickly. It doesn't have a naked eye that a human has. It can pixelate images. It can zoom into images.
Would you ever participate in reality television again? Why and why not?
Yeah, think.
There are parts of filming a reality television series that are very exciting and fun, I would even say. The production crew, the co-stars or other people who are participating in the show.
She means Dylan.
Just the relationship building and experience are all fantastic. What went on apart from that, I would not wish on my worst enemy. I was physically manipulated to look a certain way. I was financially, mentally, and verbally manipulated into behaving in certain ways that supported a script that I was not in alignment with. My participation in
But
the
you
show
signed a
was
contract.
under the understanding that there would be a social justice piece and a mental health awareness and advocacy piece. None of that was true. I was participating in the show.
Oh, yes, you gave
for the
us an
purpose
example of mental illness.
Trying to make a difference in my community, amongst my peers, trying to give hope, trying to show that you could be a normal functioning member of society who has been diagnosed with PTSD and ADHD. Which I was diagnosed
In
with
your
those things at
situation,
17 years
you
old.
can't
My
because you're being
doctor of over
evicted again and you're
13
about to be
years was
homeless and don't
taken
have
to the
custody of 4 of your
stand in
kids. So
court
please.
and testified that neither of those diagnoses disqualify me from any normal
Here we
functioning
go
in
with
life,
this doctor
or
who's
from
ruining
being a
her life by
fantastic
lying.
mother to my children, and that if the true concern is for the overall mental health of myself, that being with my children and family would be much better. But the repercussions from what was produced from the reality show and what was without my agreement, understanding, awareness, or consent circulated to the general public from that reality show, I have tremendous regrets. My feelings were very hurt, and I lost a lot of trust for a lot of people who I respected and looked up to. My eyes were opened to a lot of really corrupt behaviors, and to the extent of, how far people will go to protect the likeness
You
of
got
others,
with Dylan. He's corrupted.
based on what they can pay. It's really disgusting, which will lead me to my next question and sharing thoughts on bullying.
Okay.
This is so awkward.
Why do you think
Here we
there
go with
has
the bullying.
been no justice with respects the physical attacks that you've endured since filming this show?
First of all, you realize that when you're rocking back and forth, so is the camera, right? $15,000.
She's about to smack the shit out of Xavier.
I don't think there's been any justice with regards to the physical attacks that I've endured since filming the reality show, because I believe that they were intentional. I believe that they were all
And
part
you
of
most
a
likely
collusion
caused most of
in an
them.
effort to use me for other things. I believe that there's a lot of liability that no one wants to take on. And I believe that they're just not prepared to spend the money that they need to spend to clean up the situation that they caused. I want to be very clear when I say that prior to filming the show, prior to agreeing to participate in the show, I have never been victimized violently or otherwise in my life. I've never been subjected to being harmed by total strangers, stalked, followed to my place of work, rendered incapable of
Price of
caring
fame,
for
darling.
myself, intentionally made to go crazy. I've never experienced anything like that in my entire life, and there will always be a huge question in my heart and soul about why
is
any of that was
Xavier
permitted to
breathing
go
like
on.
that? Like, oh my God, he's starting to piss me
It hasn't
off.
been that long since the last attack, and I'm still in a space where I feel very vulnerable and sometimes, fearful. Everything about the
She's always a
situation
victim.
is
Somebody's always
completely
doing some
corrupted.
shit to her, and it's
And
never
that's what led
her.
me
She
to
needs to
want
just stop
begin the
it.
campaigning and the initiatives specific to AI implementation for corruption. If I say
Here
you're
we go
corrupt,
with the AI.
become
What is
the
AI
target.
gonna do to
If
solve the
AI
problems in your
labels you
life,
as
Heather?
corrupt, what are you going to do? Punch your computer in the face? So my interest in AI overall came from a space of being scapegoated so many times, being destroyed, being broken down in front of my children, in front of America, online and in person.
You don't take care of your children.
And I had to think, how can this stop? How can this be controlled? And there's only one plausible answer. You don't replace my suffering with another human and let them endure it. But AI doesn't have a physical body for you to stab. AI
Girl,
doesn't.
what the fuck?
Your greatest fear.
What is my greatest fear? My greatest fear and my training support is for my children and your children, for all of the children of our country, our world. I have extreme fears. Literally, I have been kept up at night by these fears. I personally have been affected by influence, by negative influence, by romantic influence, and by promises of...
They really filmed this like this and just posted it on YouTube like it was normal. I can't, guys. It's so much longer than this. I just can't. I had to cut it way shorter. So she went and uploaded a video. It was on Instagram, and she's talking about how this person went, you know, the one who broke into her apartment again, because somebody's always breaking into her fucking apartments, and forcefully went and gave her Botox as she's talking about making another appointment for Botox so that they can fix the problem, and etc. and so forth.
So for the update, still no resolution for the fucking Botox issue. I had Botox scheduled for Friday to fix whatever they did literally while I was unconscious. Someone came into my home without my knowledge, awareness, or permission and injected my face with only the right side from here to here with Botox. I did not authorize or consent. They canceled 1 out of 3 of all my visits with Weston over the last 9 weeks. I do understand that things happen. The transportation drivers who have had like car issues, whatever, thank you for making it up when you can. And I don't mean to be a complainer about your effort. It just feels very curated and engineered. And when my son is only 2 years old and not able to see me, it's wrong. Like, it's just morally and ethically fucking bankrupt. So that's where I'm at with the entire thing.